I think we're recording, China.
Okay,
So
let's go.
bear with me. You know, I am technologically challenged. I do apologize to all of our friends and individuals that actually signed up for the LinkedIn Live. You know, co-founder of a tech company. Co-founder of tech companies can't use tech, right? Um,
It's
Yeah,
happening.
so hopefully you can catch this replay, but wanted to welcome you guys back to another, I don't know what we want to call these. We've been calling the cultural
Me too.
listening webinars, but really I think what we were able to kind of find out while working with China and her Vidlo team is a really cool way to create a mini focus group, if you will. So in our last couple of webinars, you've seen Nichefire and Vidlo team up to really kind of, first of all, identify some trends or some trending areas that pertaining to consumers. And and our first one was like around like breakfast foods. We found some other things around tacos and stuff like that. But the cool thing that we were able to do was take what we found and then leveraging the Vidlo platform to actually put those questions out there and get users to actually engage and tell us, you know, the type of breakfasts they wanted to, get at a fast food, as like a fast food option or something like that. And we had like 20, 25 individuals actually participate in that. So we decided to do it again. So I want to welcome everyone. My name is Khalil Amin. China Morgan. And we wanted to actually put this test, back into the hands of the people, right? Right.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
kind of like from your first experience of doing this, like what are some of the things that you felt like you learned or found out?
What I learned is that people love to talk and they want to share their opinion. And I think it's all just about the brand leveraging that and giving them the power to say how they feel, what they want to see. Because when you do that, then guess what? It's less work for the brand. The people are talking, you know what they want, and you're able to really make better decisions by doing that. I think that's
Absolutely.
what I learned the most is let people talk. Let's
Absolutely,
see what they have to
absolutely.
say.
And I think too, like the turnaround time, right? Like you can quickly kind of get an idea and test it out with
Mhm.
this type of methodology. So,
Yeah.
for those who are unaware of our two companies, Nichefire is a cultural listening tool. We help businesses predict and identify consumer, political, economic trends with our Nichefire technology. So, and then Vidlo, let you
Villa.
introduce Vidlo.
Yeah. So Vidlo allows you to create or capture video testimonials or UGC content easily. So it gets the people talking. You're able to leverage it for insight for your brand, but also for marketing for your social or your website. So all about video content. How do we get people talking via video?
That's awesome. And again, I immediately saw like an opportunity to kind of do that with the trends that we find because a lot of the times when we identify these cultural trends or these real time, like right now, what's happening within particular categories. A
Yeah.
lot of the times, the question is like, so what? Like, what can you do with it?
Mhm.
So we got the same type of customers in certain areas that we want to go after. We're going to do another example of what this looks like, leveraging the niche fire tool and kind of calling out some trends. And then we'll have China jump in and produce a campaign so we can get some feedback from users around that. So before we jump into that, China, did I miss anything? People love
No.
to talk. I do.
But one thing I want to hone into what you said was just how simple our process is together, right? So like brands can really capture more insight in the minutes, really. Like you get the insights on Nishfire, then you're able to share it with your customers and start getting all that feedback within less than 10 minutes. I think that is like the way that you're able to streamline that, I think is like the winning combination?
Yeah. I think brands too, they have like the power to kind of push it out there faster and get that interaction
Immediate.
back too. You were sharing some of the ways where you get your audiences for some of your customers to engage. So giveaways, things like that, that can encourage people to give you that candid feedback. But let's jump in. I
Okay.
created a topic around healthy foods.
Okay.
So healthy food is the subject, and what this dashboard is doing is it's helping us see some of the top trending areas according to the culture, what are those areas around healthy food that are top of mind to consumers right now? So let's kind of start off with the more popular ones and work our way back to some of the more emerging or opportunistic type of trends that are happening. So,
Okay.
as far as mainstream, that first one that I see is plant-based meal ideas, right?
Ah,
Plant-based food. So we know that the movement to plant-based, and that is tied into a lot of different things that are happening right now in society as far as sustainable living, sustainable eating, and things of that nature. So what we wanted to do is let me turn my video down because I'm hearing that hits on my end too. See, you still hear me?
no, I still hear you. I
Okay,
still.
cool, cool. It sounded like a snake was in my ear. Let's see.
I don't hear it anymore then.
Right,
For
right, right. So, plant-based meals is very popular, very trendy. It's a mainstream. It's coming up on multiple different platforms. So we can dive into that a little bit and kind of see what some of those things are. I'm trying to, you like plant-based foods, or you like
you know, I do. I was actually vegan for a year. So I was on this plant-based. I was. I'm back to the other side now, but I was plant-based for a year.
I got a couple of buddies that have reverted to the plant-based. I'm more so trying to do like a, 60
Pescatarian.
60 40. Like I'll try to do like plant-based lunches if we go places and stuff like that. But there's a lot of
But
dino nuggets and stuff like that in my house. Sometimes
okay.
can't resist the dino nuggets.
But you know what? What I think about plant-based is a lot of people don't realize how much good food you can eat as a plant-based. Like, and I think maybe that's the conversation is like, what does plant-based look like to you?
Right.
You know?
Or yeah, because like I think from people that aren't like vegans, they kind of think, oh, it's just
Like
broccoli or you know what I mean? And
vegetables.
if
Yeah.
you go to like a vegan restaurant, they really have like actual meals, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, this is actually good. But that is a trending, trending healthy food right now.
Okay.
Let's look at the culture and see what's going on. Health benefits of plant-based diets.
Okay.
Chickpea centric plant-based meals. Let's look into the chickpeas.
Ooh,
What to make with chickpeas? What are they talking about on Reddit?
let's see.
Now I know a lot of different dishes can like supplement chickpeas,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you can come into these subreddits and get ideas on different
How to make it.
recipes. I like using chickpeas to make vegan chicken salad. I
Ooh, that
cook the
actually sounds kind of
chickpeas,
good.
crunch them up a little bit, and then either mayo, vegan plain yogurt, sweet relish, mustard. I wonder if that's vegan mayo, right? Made
Okay.
without the eggs, or if
Yeah.
it's with the eggs.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, what I think is so cool. Oh, we're
Doesn't
gonna.
vegan mean no eggs though? Like you're
Yeah,
not eating.
no eggs, no dairy, no anything. So they do have like vegan mayo. They have like vegan chicken. I've had vegan chicken. They have vegan cream cheese. So anything could really be made
Be
be
vegan.
vegan.
Yeah.
The taste is a little different, you know what I mean? But a lot of it's some of it's actually pretty good. So
Look, and the people, I'll do a version of this. I add turmeric and curry seasoning. Now, this is an interesting
ah.
call out because in the other dashboard,
Mhm.
there was a trend around using spices for health benefits. Turmeric's
Ah,
one of those spices that always comes up in that conversation.
okay.
Hard-boiled potatoes, chopped red pepper. People just add more to it. I'd eat vegan chicken salad. I mean, and to be honest, I'd eat it if even if someone just said you want some chicken salad, like I would
You eat
try
a
it
vegan
out,
chicken. Okay.
and I wouldn't even care if it was actual chicken in it or not, because I'm
Okay.
I'm used to like eating that type of stuff for like lunch.
Anyway. Okay.
Um, Chickpea corn salad. Funny
Chickpea corn
ideas
salad.
of plant-based. Now we got to see what this one is. Funny ideas of plant-based meals.
Let's see.
And this is coming from our vegan. It's like,
Okay.
a big group.
Reddit community.
Yeah. In the last 7 days, they posted this. Let's see what some of these comments are.
Let's see.
Beyond Wheat Meat, Seitan wings. I checked the ingredients and they're just whole ass chickens.
What did they say? Hold on, Oh,
Uh,
oh, are they lying to us? Is it
yeah,
really not?
it looked like, I mean, come on now.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. Some
It looked like chicken.
vegan food looks like the real deal.
Yeah, but like,
And a lot of people get stuck on just like plant-based, the term of it, and think it's not going to be good.
yeah, but
And a
that
lot of
don't even
times,
look. That looks too much like real chicken wing.
chicken.
So that's why everyone's making fun of it. Look, look, there we go.
Oh, so they
Mostly
learned
running AI on the
onto it.
side. Yeah, so the chicken eats plant, chicken eat plants, so they're plant.
Plants, so they eat plant-based.
So yeah, um, I think that this is interesting though, like, and it kind of plays into the culture too right now around like AI, right? We got a lot of push around AI, AI generated this, AI agents, and individuals are sensitive to that. And it even shows within this community where they're trying to kind of show that they have recipes around a favorite, right? It's the Super
Yeah.
Bowl coming up. Chicken wings is probably like all-time high right now.
Wow.
And like, and then people are like, oh, you might as well just eat real chicken because
Mm-hmm.
that's what it looks like in the picture. So, I
But you
mean,
know
again,
what?
like the
But that's
plant-based
interesting.
conversation. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say it's interesting you said that because there is a war between plant-based and meat eaters, and
Yeah.
like for marketing dollars, for digital ads, it's like who's gonna win the battle, you know? Um,
And like, how can you put a plant-based ad up with chicken wings in it?
they were like, "Why are you trying to trick me right away? This is I'm
And I
confused."
know, like, you're trying to make me go back. I'm gonna go back and get some. So I went pescatarian. I was pescatarian for like a year and a half,
Okay,
like 4 or 5 years ago, and literally it was chicken wings that made me break that.
come
Like
back.
I had to. So that could be triggering, right? But
Okay,
again, these is like some of the top trending healthy foods. Let's go to another trend. Let's go to something that might be a little bit more emerging, right?
okay,
Um, Full fat dietary comeback. That's a rabbit hole that we can go down
let's
if you
do
want
it.
to.
Let's do
It
it. Let's,
bites. There was one around the Mediterranean diet. Where is that? Well, I think that that's where this is coming from, Greek yogurt. But let's go into this full fat dietary comeback we're talking about.
now, question for
What?
you: do you love dairy? Are you like an ice cream, egg? No.
No, 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 no. I like limited amounts of dairy. We drink almond milk or oat milk. Um, we do use like regular cheese and things
Okay,
like that, but you know,
not
not
really.
so much so. Yeah, no, never. And even before it was like popular not to be on dairy, like I was never a
A
dairy.
dairy person.
Mm-mm,
When I
mm-mm.
say I need cheese and I need ice cream, I don't need milk. I love almond milk, but cheese
Yeah,
and ice cream is my go-to.
man, the almond milk is a savior for us because I'm a cereal guy, I guess.
Okay.
But the ice cream and all that, I gotta be cautious. Or we do non-dairy ice cream.
Okay.
Um, and it's like me and my 4-year-old is like that with the milk, and then
Okay.
like everyone else is like
They love
fine,
milk.
but because of us, they have to go that route. So every once in a while we have real ice cream, but I gotta have like my dairy pills with me if I do
Got you.
that. But like this full fat Greek yogurt discussions, weight management challenges, strategies, and this is very timely. Beginning of the year, we're coming around, February. This is a month when people are like getting away from those resolutions
Workout.
and all that.
Ah. Uh-huh.
So
Hmm.
yeah, this is interesting though because I think back, when I was growing up, having that fat as a part of your diet was like a norm, right?
Yeah.
So I think that this could be a resurgence of those people that love and believe that the dairy should be an instrumental part of the diet, the fats that you can get that are good from dairy, um, because as you said that there is a war against vegans and meat eaters, there's a war on dairy too right now.
There
Like
is.
the cost of milk, like so for example, almond milk used to be like four, like almost $5 a gallon. It's now almost the same price as like regular milk.
Is it?
Dairy, non-dairy ice cream, all of it used to be like very high in price.
Yeah.
It's now like more normalized in its pricing because I feel like more people are
Or
moving away from dairy. So
yeah.
it makes sense to have, this resurgence of, that old school fat, full fat dairy for infants and toddlers
But
and the benefits of having that. But
I also think that we were programmed to think that dairy was the most healthiest option for us. And as studies have shown, as more companies come out, you realize that might not always be the case. So people, we have the internet now, so people are able to figure it out for themselves and then have other solutions. So I think that's what we're seeing now, you know?
Right. And again, like what happens in the culture is, you tell my wife and she has kids and she tries that and then she tells another family and like maybe they get on Facebook and talk about it. But again, like without a tool like Nichefire, finding out what the people are saying about those specific things becomes that much harder for an insights manager to go find those things themselves, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do is like provide that vein of relevancy around topics for people so they can shortcut all the research and get to those answers quickly. And
But
then you come in and you can help verify, right?
I verify that. But listen, let's talk about this for a second because
Yeah.
let's talk about a campaign we could do. Like, what would be a brand, right, that can use this flow? They could go to Nichefire to get the insight, but then they can also validate the insight with their customer. What kind of campaign you think would work for this dairy concept?
I feel like if, and just thinking about my customers, like if there is because everyone's trying out new products, right? We got this, dairy, right? We were just talking about the dairy or the plant-based thing happening, right? So maybe there's a new product or a new flavor that's coming out for an existing product. I think that workflow would be to set up a trend topic around that category or around that product itself, see what the culture is saying around that product or category, and then creating UGC, many UGC, projects or campaigns around what you're seeing in the culture. And if you could get a couple hundred individuals to actually go in and participate with that campaign, I mean, you probably shortcut it maybe months of
Insight,
insights that you would
research.
have to wait for market research to kind of go get the people to come in, do that, get the information to you. So it's giving that department a little bit more flexibility to get those answers from the people right then and there. That's how I
So
feel like it'll work.
I, but I love that you said that because just think of like a dairy brand, right? And maybe they go on Nichefire to figure out, do our customers actually want dairy products or maybe they want an almond milk option, right? So you
Hmm.
come here and do that, and then they can verify that by sending it to their customers, asking a simple question. Would you rather have dairy milk or almond milk in your new in this new product?
Right.
Then they are able to validate those responses and then create a product that their customers really want, you know?
I mean, we've seen that with, did I tell you about the GLP-1 example use case that we share
No.
with our team at Nestle?
Uh-uh.
So, long story short, we created a dashboard just like this around Ozempic.
Okay.
Back before Ozempic was like, it was right around the time where you go on CNBC and they're like, you better invest in Ozempic and the company that, behind Ozempic, invest there. This will be the thing that changes the world, right? So we built out a topic like this around Ozempic, and then we built another supporting topic around GLP-1s because what we wanted to see was like from that standpoint of people that are using it or want it, what are they talking about?
Okay.
And one of the things we were able to identify was users have sensitive stomachs after they start using these GLPs, right? They can't eat chocolates, they can't eat pastas, certain pasta sauces, things that are acidic, gives them upset stomachs. Now you already have this elimination of food noise. So you
Mm-hmm.
got this thing or a timer on your phone that's telling you to eat now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when you go and eat and you decide you want a piece of chocolate or that pasta? Well, your stomach starts hurting. Now you don't want to eat again. So that becomes dangerous for these users of that, right? If they
Yeah.
continue to have those symptoms, it's either like, hey, I need to eat something. Let me stop taking my shot. Or, I need something that can help me continue to eat and that's nutritious and all that good stuff. So that was one of the signals we found. The other thing that we saw too, or just know our customer knew from just being in the industry is that lobbyists are trying to change that narrative, or not the narrative, but change the legislations so that these drugs can be available for obese people. So I can go in and just say like, oh, I want to lose weight. I need help. They can be prescribed one of these GLP-1s. So there's only a matter of time before you have more people using these drugs. since they know that they'll cause you to have a sensitive
Stomach.
stomach, they were able to create a product and be first to the market with the product that supports, and anticipates that more people will need, these type of foods. So we can do the same around any type of topic, like you're saying, milk and dairy, vegan, whatever. And
Right.
again, like be able to get that information from the people right away with a tool like Vidlo. That's why I'm super excited and I'm really, really pushing this forward. I wish I knew how to use LinkedIn Live because I think that this would be way
Great.
better live for us. But
We're
um,
share it. No
yeah,
worries.
let's jump into the other because I built out another one now. It is Black History Month.
Black
So what I
history.
was trying to do is anticipate to see if we could see any particular restaurants or brands or things like that being mentioned within the culture
Okay.
that were Black owned, right?
Okay.
Didn't really get a lot of that, but we got some good trends around it, and I wanted to kind of come and share what some of those things were.
Okay.
Um, so one of the things that popped up was around Chef Ashley. I'm not really familiar with Chef Ashley, but apparently she is a pretty good chef, and she does the Southern cooking and all that good stuff.
Okay.
And this was a trend around, the culture, the different types of food experiences, the different types of foods that she talked about and within her content and things of that nature. And then just being able to kind of go through and comb through and see what some of those things are that she's has produced or people are talking about her in that regard. But
Okay.
again, like if you're a brand and you kind of see this, it's like, okay, well, this Chef Ashley might be someone that we can
Tap
align with in
into.
the culture, right? It's like, oh, if
Um.
people are really paying attention to her, like, what are they paying attention to? What do they like?
Ooh.
What is she cooking? Could we partner with her on a recipe, or could
Ooh.
it be some type of joint conversation with this particular individual?
But I love, love, love that use case, right? Because it shows how you can use Nichefire for so many different use cases and solutions. So it's just not just about like research. Sometimes it's about finding the perfect match that can amplify your next campaign, you know?
Absolutely.
So I love that. I love that example.
This one, I'm trying to see because there was one that was like healthy snacks, black coffee,
What's that one?
the food apartheid in DC. That was an
Okay.
interesting one.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, this is
so
interesting.
yeah, it's talking about food deserts and stuff like that. In the DC area. Now, you ever been to DC? Like they got some of the best restaurants that I've been to.
Yeah.
So basically people are having conversations about the different areas where it may be harder to get groceries or fresh produce or things of that nature, which is a problem across America and so many of our urban neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was one on, I swear it was like on spices.
Was it on the black owned? The
It might have
black?
been on the other one that I created. Double check real quick. Healthy snacks, high protein. There was one around turmeric and the different spices that individuals are using for health,
The healthy.
fiber, growing, and health and longevity. We'll find it. But I really like the, vegan versus, because that's the other thing too, like the carnivore diet. I don't know if you've seen that in this one. Carnivore
No,
diet is a new diet that's emerging too.
the carnivore. But you know what? I think that might be like a good prompt for us. It's kind of like a question of, you know, from a carnivore eater to veganism. Like, what does that look like for you? You know, maybe something within that conversation.
Plant-based diet versatility. I like that though. I do like that because there is some polarization there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Far right, far left, like people
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of different things. So that could be one that we might want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me go back to this black almond. There was some other good stuff. And the cool thing, China, is that with our platform, like you said, like you can literally just point this at anything, and it'll be able to kind of give you that understanding.
And that's what I love the most about it. Because it's not just for food, you can do it for anything really and get the insights, you know?
This is a huge topic too, because like people, some people will be like, "Oh, I can't be vegan because I can't afford it," or
Ooh.
"I can't do that," and it's really just kind of down to planning and stuff like that. But
But
this
I
could
love
be,
this one because I've had the conversation with people about this conversation, especially when I went vegan. A lot of people don't know, right? So they think if you shop at Whole Foods, you shop at Trader Joe's, that means that it's going to be expensive. And it's really not. Eating healthy does not have to be expensive, depending on what you're buying. So this might be a really good
I
conversation.
know, because like I had the toxic thought that vegans was just shoplifting because ain't no way they just spending.
All the money on
Man, it was like, how you buy that many jackfruits or whatever? Healthy meals for picky preteen, looking for health, extreme budget keto plan. Now that's interesting because like some of these diets could be more expensive. I know the pescatarian diet wasn't it was a more expensive diet.
because of the seafood. You're
Uh-huh.
divided with, yeah. Pricing
Meal
sandwich.
plan pricing is sanity check. Practical tips for healthy eating on a budget. Let's just jump into that.
Okay.
See what community is leaving that. Let's see. 10 practical healthy eating on a budget. This is an article of some sort.
10 here, 10 probably. Let's see. Plan your meals, buy in bulk,
Stick to
option,
seasonal produce. Opt for frozen and canned alternatives. Cook home more
generic.
often. My buddy Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
the
The
top
waffle guy, the
couple
waffle.
waffle.
Yeah.
He's a financial advisor,
Advisor.
financial planner, and influencer. So he has a campaign. There's food at home. Like he always has that campaign.
Um,
Choose generic brands. Get creative with leftovers. Yeah, it's pretty generic, but again, it's really just kind of understanding like how is the culture being influenced.
yeah.
What are they reading? What are they saying? Where are these areas showing up where they're getting these ideas that they want to go buy? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on the pineapple diet or something like that, right? It
Mm-hmm.
all kind of happens somewhere. Here's one around the keto. Let's see. Am I sharing my screen still?
Not yet. No, it went up.
It went off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There we go. You see my Reddit screen now?
Not yet.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you, man, I'm not good. It's beat me up a bit today. All
Look, we all have those days. We good. We good.
right. Now is it sharing?
It shared for a second and then went off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Close all these tabs. And let's hit it again. Well, luckily this ain't gonna be live. We can just cut this part off.
Sync it all together. There we go.
All right. Now, looked into look for help for extreme budget for keto meal plan. Oh, there we go. Uh,
Okay.
this is huge subreddit. It's almost 4 million members in there.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for help for extreme budgeting, keto meal plan, very tight budget while I job hunt. My plan is to shop at Costco
Mm-hmm.
and just eat eggs, chicken breast, broccoli, asparagus, and ghee.
What's ghee? I don't know what ghee is. Do you know what ghee is?
Let's find out.
What is ghee?
Is this some type of fat?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
What is, yeah, it's clarified butter. commonly used in Indian and Pakistani cooking.
Got it. Okay.
So, a couple things here. Calling out Costco, right? Being
Mm-hmm.
intentional about where he's going. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Costco and eggs and bird flu and all that stuff is like huge right now. So, might have an issue with the eggs or just
And eggs
access.
are like $20 now.
Right,
You know,
because
like yeah,
stuff. Yeah, yeah. So, um, wings or thighs could be cheaper than breast cuts and kind of sharing that type of insights. But again, like when you jump into some of these areas and look, zucchini, mushroom, cabbage, lettuce, right? So imagine your brand and you want to appeal to individuals that are on the keto diet,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Here are some ways where you can kind of connect with them with your messaging or the things like, hey, these are some of the type of foods that the community or the culture is kind of talking about when it comes to this diet. Or, did you know that chicken thighs were, X amount more protein or whatever macros that come with that chicken thigh, you know what I mean, idea, and they're cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So again, being able to kind of tap into it from that regard, I think is where, really brands could really take that advantage. And then by using companies like Vidlo,
Mm-hmm.
speeding up that speed to insight, right?
Yeah.
Because in some workflows, you might have to go to another department, have them run the research, and then you have to wait for them to get done and give it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
This gives you the ability to really just kind of come up, put it out there,
Yeah.
and get the information right there. So,
Yeah.
China, we reviewed a couple different areas, right? For
Yes.
me, I think something on the vegan versus non-vegan
I'm
is
with
going to be
you. I'm with
gonna
you. I
be
think
fire.
I think so.
I want people to play nice and
Okay.
respect people's choices, right?
Yes.
Just because you go vegan doesn't mean that you don't deserve
You're the, you're
respect.
the
uh, to be honest, I wish I could go vegan. Like, I just don't think we can in my house because my wife will not force the kids to eat
being
veggie
vegan.
dynamite.
Okay. But you know
Um,
what? She might find some good solutions around it that they might love, you
she
know?
so she has she'll make vegan meatballs and won't
Okay.
tell us
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
And then she has another vegan like pasta dish that she makes that the 4-year-old swears that it's chicken.
Meat.
He don't know. And he don't eat anything. Like it literally has to be a chicken nugget for him to eat it. And
He
he'll
doesn't.
tear that up. So again, I think a question around that would be the best for what we went over today.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think so. I was excited when we even mentioned it in our call. So I think let's do a question around that. So what I'll do is I'll create a campaign around that question. And then the next time we come together, we can see all the content that people are saying about either being vegan or being carnivores or being
Right.
meat eaters.
So
Yeah.
let's do some editing magic, right?
Okay.
So I'm a point right here, or this next screen is where you guys will scan with your phone, scan into the Vidlo app.
Okay.
Leave your comments on the types of. I guess what are you thinking as far as a question? What do we want to ask and what do we want to know?
Let's see. Maybe we should say, what's stopping you from being vegan? Or is that not polarizing? So because we want to talk to both, right? So it's
Yeah,
kind
we
of
want we
like,
want to talk to both. Because you
ooh,
got the vegan and that being healthy, but you also have keto and carnivore diets and that stuff kind of happening at the same time. So,
but
should it be who are getting the best health results, I guess, from it?
ooh, I like
Like,
that.
is it the vegan crowd, or do you see it? Are you quickly reaching your health goals faster than keto and
What do
that
you
crowd?
think is
Or-
the healthiest group? Being a vegan or being a meat eater? Because a lot of meat eaters think that eating meat is super healthy, and a lot of vegans think that like don't eat it is putting all this poison in your body. So maybe something like that.
yeah, I don't know who would be healthier. I think it's hard to say because we're talking about people.
And the
Because I
vegans,
know some
right?
vegans that just eat French fries. Like that's not healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of they think it's healthy and it's not. There's a
Yeah,
lot of people that eat. So maybe that's the question.
maybe
And we
that's
can
the
see
question.
what people have to
Well,
say.
and then let's kind of double back too, because one of the trends that was out there with that health trends, and I can pull that back up, it was that the FDA, the FDA is redefining what a healthy food is.
Okay.
So maybe it is that, right? Are you a healthy person? And if so, what is your top vegan choice, or what's your top meat eater choice?
And then I like that. And maybe brands can figure out that it's really not either option. It's just really the lifestyle that the customer lives, how they
Something
eat.
like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like
So when you guys see this, we'll edit it so that this next screen will be that question. And you take your phone out,
scan
scan
it.
it, leave a video, let us know. We love to chat with you and really understand from that standpoint what will be. And then what we'll do is maybe, beginning of March or something like that, we come back and do a follow-up to
Yes.
show those results through the Vidlo platform.
Yes. So we want to get all the content. We need enough room, enough time to get some content from you guys on which option do you that you guys think is the best. And like Khalil said, we'll come back and then we'll share some of the videos like we did last time, and we'll figure out what is the answer, guys. What do the people want? We
What
want to
is
hear from the people.
Well, China, this is awesome. I appreciate you jumping into this. I'm so sorry that
Always.
I'm not good at the technology. So
Listen.
we'll get this together. We're going to do it in LinkedIn Live on the next one. We're going to figure it
Okay.
out. All right.
Okay. All is well.
Last time we did it, we taped ourselves for like 15 minutes trying to
Before.
trying to figure out how to work it. So, we're going to get it together
Yes.
eventually.
Yes.
And until then, I appreciate everyone kind of checking out the replay of it.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for the results of, first of all, the question. And then we'll be posting out another, LinkedIn Live that will not be canceled. It will be live
Live. Yeah.
of reviewing those answers to those questions. So, China,
Sounds
you want to
good.
leave the people with anything before we sign off?
The last thing I want you guys make sure to scan it because we want to hear from you guys. We want to get this feedback because we want to show brands how easy it is to get the insights and to validate the trend. So please participate, and we're going to showcase you guys in our next call.
China,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate everyone checking it out. We'll be back in touch soon.
Awesome. Bye, guys.